One of the many great things you can make in Minecraft is a wither skeleton farm. But to make the best wither skeleton farms, you usually have to dig a perimeter around a nether fortress intersection, and this is no small task. Even the most experienced players shy away from doing what it takes. One of the most time-consuming parts of this is draining the lava lakes. What if I told you I came up with a new method that can drain entire lava lakes in just a handful of hours? Much faster than dropping in sand or gravel, even faster than draining layer by layer with scaffolding. I've used this method to drain my lava lakes for my wither skeleton farm 2 years ago now, and it was amazing. Only problem is I don't make content full time, so with work and family time, I didn't get around to making this video. So I'm making it now. You're gonna get to see some of the older footage between explanations from today, but I'll try to make it as smooth as possible. If you like what I have to show, consider subscribing. Heads up, this method is going to be very scaffolding and fire resistance potion heavy, but you're not doing this unless you're late game anyway. All right, so I was able to drain this lava lake here in just over 2 streams, and this is the largest of the lakes that we have to do using the scaffolding method. So let me walk you through the first steps of what we're gonna do to drain this lava lake. First step, actually, that I already did was I marked off the side that we're not gonna go past. So this is within our perimeter. We just need to get rid of this part so we can drain it down. So if we go down in the lava, what we're gonna be looking for is the deepest part of the lava lake to start, which is right here. So what we actually need to do is make it 2 blocks deep where the deepest part is. So we're just gonna run across first, 1 layer deep, because that's the easiest to do. Run it back both directions. This is the slowest part. Filling in the floor is the slowest part. But after that, it allows for every other step to be much faster than if you were doing it with another method. So that's 1 deep. Now we're gonna do it for the entire second layer as well. So we're just gonna completely cover this so that that part is completely 2 blocks deep. So this part is going over top the other part that we did and across everywhere else within that layer. Also, I'm using the fabric mod for no fog. I'll have a link to that in the description below. It makes this process a whole lot easier. So like I said, it's going to be completely covering up that whole first layer. And there. But we're still got to get the whole rest of the layer to make the next layer easier. So now the entire bottom, the center part is 2 blocks deep, and the entire second layer is done up to the edge. So what we're gonna do is travel into the part that is 2 blocks deep. All right, so we're inside the part that's 2 blocks deep. You can see the lava is clearly above our heads, and the scaffolding continues out much further. So we just have to pick a side. You just go as far to one side as you can, and all you do is pillar up until you don't see lava anymore. And then you go over, and you just do a striping back and forth pattern, filling in the lava all the way up. What's great about this is it does not matter how deep the lava is. You can just keep placing scaffolding. Like, this is extremely deep lava compared to the other lake. Here, let me count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 blocks plus the 2 we're standing in. This is 11 blocks deep. And we're able to just clear everything above our heads extremely quickly. So I'll show you what happens after we finish this. We're just gonna do the entire area that's 2 blocks deep. We're not gonna worry about the area that's over here that's 1 block deep yet. All right, and that is the entire bottom filled in all the way to the top. So what I can show you is if we can just climb up top real safely, you'll see basically the exact shape of that lowest layer is now in scaffolding cut out of the top. And also you can see that I do go too high sometimes. That's fine. You can go any extra high as you want. You'll get the scaffolding back in the end. So that's just how you do the first layer. And basically what we're gonna do now is repeat that for the next layer. So now this layer is one thick, one deep, and we need to extend it to be 2 deep across the entire next layer. So we just go into here and can extend this outwards. Oh, and we can extend this outwards as far as we can reach, like so. But you can do this one mostly from inside the scaffolding and save yourself some fire res potions, though I keep the fire res on me the whole time. So yeah, we just have to keep expanding this out to cover this entire next ledge. And it does need to go over top that original scaffolding that's only 1 block thick. And you can do this from outside or inside, whichever way you find easier. Depending on the terrain, you might want to be outside if it's like really big and flat like this. So my usual method is to fill in as much of it within the scaffolding as I can, and then I'll go outside afterwards. All right, so for this side of it, I filled in everywhere just by standing inside of it, which only leaves this little bit around the edge that I need to fill in. All right, and that's this side completely filled in to the edge. All right, now this side is completely level, which means the area surrounding the center is now 2 blocks deep in scaffolding. So we got to get back there and we can repeat the same process to lift it up. All right, so we're here where it's 2 blocks deep. We can drop down in, and right where we hit this ledge, now you see it transitions from no lava to lava. So what I normally do here is I hit this up. Now it's only going to be 8 blocks to fill above my head. And I normally start by just doing a straight line until I reach the next step up. So we'll just keep this going. All right, we hit this wall, and now I'm just gonna step forward and do back and forth zigzag patterns in this direction, and then we'll turn and do zigzag patterns in that direction until we've circled all the way back around and this area is done. Another perk about this design over dropping gravel in is it actually goes underneath existing land masses and doesn't leave any lava pockets behind. So right here, you can see that we just walked straight underneath it and the scaffolding went up to the top and just filled right in. It doesn't need to go all the way to the surface to be effective. All right, and I've just completed all the way around now on this second layer. So as you can see from up above, the circle in the center, it matches the outline of the land at the bottom that we had covered in 2 deep scaffolding. So if we look down in the lava again, we have to do the same thing, cover this next layer and make this 2 deep and make that part 1 deep. Just rinse and repeat at this point until you've hit the top. All right, and now this whole layer is completely flat. So we will go down to where it's 2 deep again and repeat the whole process, this time on a much larger scale. All right, and here is the finished progress of that layers being done. So we got a huge chunk of the lava lake done, and we've been working on this actively for less than 3 hours. So we're gonna get down in here and we're gonna prep the little bit of the next layer just the same way as we did the last one. As you can see, there's very little overlap onto the next layer. So this is probably gonna be the last big layer before we get to just doing little bits of the walls. And again, I'm gonna just do it by going out as far as I can, and I probably won't even have to do much out swimming in the lava because that's all we have to do. All right, we got the next layer done. As you can see, we're really running out of space here, and this is 2 layers thick the whole way through. So this is going to be a good section getting done, and most of it is not even the full height. It has blocks here. So we're going to be really coming in on the last big layer of this lava lake. I'm actually going to start this one by starting all the way over here at this wall. But we're going to go the same exact strat as before, going underneath. Yeah, we're going to go underneath, look up until we hit something or until we hit air. See, yep, that one's air. And that's soul sand. It works no matter the roof height. It's beautiful. At this point in the video, I've got 2 things I want to bring up. First, what you just saw was 1 4-hour stream of lava clearing. If you've never drained a lava lake, some of you might be thinking, what? That was 4 whole hours? But trust me, we're making quick work of this. You'll see in the next clip. Secondly, I hope the method to my madness has shown through. We started off with finding the lowest point in the lava lake and filling the first 2 layers with scaffolding. Why? To position us to easily fill the layers above our heads with scaffolding, because you have to be inside the scaffolding looking up to make it go in that direction, which we allowed ourselves to do by doing that prep. So once everything's above our heads is filled, we actually increase the layer height by 1 that covers the floor and repeat over and over again, and just filling up the entire lake outwards by 1 layer and then up. Let's watch how this ends, because trust me, the ending is very satisfying. All right, then there's gonna be little bits like this where it's just like a jut up of something like gravel here for no reason. And you just gotta do it the same exact treatment. Go around it. And then once you've gotten it covered up, you can just push it straight through. Just gotta make sure you get it all 1 layer at a time. And deal with the overhanging obstacles as you go. Then over here, we got the same deal. It's gonna be just how we did the outer wall, probably going around it, sending it inwards, except there's gonna definitely be some overhangs in there. When you, not on this side, but over there. So we just gotta send it in. And it might actually be pretty deep, like you're seeing, so. You just gotta find the best strat for your terrain, because every lava lake's gonna be a little different. So that is all the lava drained, and now we just need to go in and do the scaffolding. So now the strat for breaking this is to get down to the lowest bit again where we started and just start punching out everything. I usually start in the lowest bit and I break out everything that touches the ground on this lowest level. Just go around punching everything up until the edges of this lowest level. I feel like this isn't the lowest level. Ah, there is a lower level. Rip. All right, let me go pick all this up. And you can save all of your scaffolding, or as much as you can. But this is the very satisfying part. So you start punching out everything at the lowest level, and then once that's done, then you move up to the next level and start punching everything that touches the ground on this level. And you'll start hearing some plops as you do this. Big amounts will be falling. Oh, there was a big chunk. Remember, you have 5 minutes after they hit the ground. So I usually punch out until I have my entire inventory full. And then I'll come back down here and pick up everything that's on the ground, which might constitute in a whole inventory by itself, or I'll punch out more until I pick up an inventory full. Woo. Inventory's full. And look, just after all that, we got a nice sized hole right there. Down to the bottom. Pick up everything that's on the ground. It hasn't even been on the ground for 2 minutes yet, so there's not a chance of it despawning yet. And look, that's a full inventory just right there. Got up all the old stuff, and then we just keep punching until we got a full inventory again. Luckily, soul sand or soul speed comes in handy here. And start with the next layer up. Now this layer is going to be a lot quicker because it's a lot smaller in a lot of places, but it's also going to result in a lot of stuff popping off as you get rid of supports. Okay, so this can happen, chat. You can miss a little piece of lava, and it'll burn up some of your scaffolding. Dig a hole as quick as you can. And fill it in. It happens. I mean, if you're more thorough than I was, it won't happen, but don't fret. So then after doing the bulk of the floor like that, you're going to be left with these bits that are attached to the walls. And this is because of just really shallow spots. So like you can see, where can I see? Like right here, this is attached by just it being right up here at the very top of the world, or the very top. So what I normally will do is I will start at the bottom, just punching upwards to try getting anything that's connected kind of low. You know, like right here, those are connected pretty low, and some of these are just connected like 3 blocks up, and you can reach it from down below pretty easily. But then after you've done that, so you get a bunch to pop off, but you can't really reach it all. Then you can go up to the top, I'm just doing a portion right now, and just walk along the edge and point downwards, breaking everything. Oh, what's up with this? Ah, there it is, see? Yeah, you just gotta sever all the connections to the land. And it just breaks as you go. That is it, the whole lava lake drained. Okay, that's it. I hope somebody finds this helpful, or even better is if someone comes up with a faster method using this. If you do think of anything to speed it up, leave it in the comments and we can maybe test it out. Make sure you're subscribed if you like this video, and check out my streams if you want to see all the progress in the hardcore world I showed off. My streams are now live on YouTube too, since Twitch changed their multi-streaming rules recently. I'm live 6 nights a week, and usually at least 5 of those are working in this same hardcore world. I've lived a long time, over 3 years now, and you can watch all the VODs in the playlist in the description. Thanks for all my members and my monthly subscribers I have across all platforms. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, peace out.